I wanted to stop and talk to you um, because we all share one common ground. If you made a decision within the last 4 years to become a part of this vision, this team, and somehow within the first 2 years of being within, you you kind of didn't see anything that you really wanted to see happen. It wasn't going as fast as you was. That's because we were a digital marketing company. We were very tiny, and we had one small focus with a small group of people. The intent was to introduce something that was revolutionary, that was cutting edge, that was also efficient, professionally done, and it brought some change to what exists. But then something happened 2 years later, 2020, when it was discovered that there's so much corruption um, in the internet, where people who are looking to this source as a way of making monies passively. It's a perfect choice, except that only a handful of people win, and those handful of people, once they get to the top, it's really sad to see what happens after that. You can figure it out, right? How about the company now takes a new direction, a direction that will allow you and everybody involved from all over the globe, common man, like myself, and perhaps like you, given an opportunity for the first time to be able to safely, privately, securely, honestly, and fairly make money online. On top of that, be able to change the way business is done around the globe, because everybody at some point is going to turn to the internet for business. That's the way of the world. That's where we're going. We are now at a place where our company is poised to revolutionize the way things are done online. It's called On Passive. It's no doubt. There's no way to stop this. There's no way to change this. You already know this. I'm not really speaking to the choir, right? But I'm speaking to somebody who's actually feeling a little bit discouraged, a little bit disheartened. I understand that. Because when I first came into the business, I was told something. And then I found out that it wasn't happening as fast as I wanted to. But something remarkable happened to me in the process. I'm 2.5 years in. And I've been looking since last year for this thing to break in, for some money to start flowing, right? The apples, as we call them, right? To start coming away, and it hasn't happened. But in the process of doing that, my knowledge of the use of technology online has improved significantly. I mean, look at me. I'm sitting here creating a video, and I've never done this before. I've got a studio. I've turned one of the smallest rooms in my house into an office, / studio, and I'm creating content, and I want to share it with you. So here's my encouragement. Take a moment, step back. Now look at the real reason why you joined. It was money, right? But money is not everything, eh? It's something that you need as a tool. What if you're now a part of something that will give you this tool, that will give you the opportunity to now shape your life and do the things that are most important? And if you be honest with yourself right now, getting up every morning, every day, and going to a job that you do not like, that is not the most important thing. How about you be able to just one day decide, I don't need to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock to be to work for 8 o'clock. How about I get up and go take my kids to the beach, or take a trip, or maybe cut the grass, or plant some seeds, or something of that nature. And the most important part, not have to worry about where the next dollar is coming from. Why? Because it's automated. It's taken care of. That's where we are. That's what we're about. That's what passive is doing for us. And in addition to that, it's connecting us from around the world. Because, you know, the internet has not really connected people. It has, in some cases, divided us and put us into segments and categories. But this opportunity here doesn't do that. It actually brings us together. I have got friends in Canada, in India, Pennsylvania, Orlando, Florida, the Bahamas, Jamaica, you name it, that I never had before. I got friends in Jersey that I could call on right now because we're friends. We know each other. Why? We have all the same common goal. Well, what about you living in your community and you want to see things happen in your community, but you've always lacked the resources, and so you turn to some of these fun crowdfunding opportunities or companies, and you realize, wait a minute, they're not really interested in helping. This is a true business for them. They're not really interested in helping me raise funds to do what I need to do to help others around me. That's no longer a situation because of OnPassive. OnPassive is the gateway for us to live a very comfortable, humane lifestyle where we don't have to worry about the basic things that we need. And think about this. When you don't have to worry about your bills, you don't have to worry about your kids' needs or how the medical bill is going to be paid, where groceries going to come from, and how to make money doing this. You then think about other people. You take the focus off yourself and you start thinking about other people. Guess what? That's where I am right now. I am at the brink with OnPassive where my needs will be met. And of course, you got to fill your cup first, because somebody told me, a good friend of mine says, you can't pour from an empty cup. And that's so true. You have to have an overflow, right? In order for you to get an overflow, you have to put something in the cup. And what goes in the cup, it overflows after it rims to the top. Whatever flows from the top, you really don't need it because your cup is full. So now you have something that you can share with others. You can pass on to others. You can give to others. Wouldn't that make life so much better, so much different, so much easier? When you know that your neighborhood, your community can now benefit from having access to what they need, and you don't have to sacrifice. Oh, I've made so many sacrifices in my lifetime that I don't want to make another one if I don't have to. And that's because it's always been a scarcity situation where you're taking from what you don't have to help others, or to do something that you want to do because you want to do something important. You don't want to just live for yourself. I'm unselfish like that. It has cost me in some cases, but I found an avenue that I don't have to lose who I really am. I don't have to sacrifice, because whilst I sleep, I'm going to have the opportunity to generate revenue. When I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm not going to have to worry about when my bills are going to be paid. I can now think about people that are around me who I could help, who needs my help, because that's what we're here for, right? And that's the wonderful thing about life. That's the one difference between us being humans and being animals. Animals are created with instincts. They know how to survive in an environment with or without people around them. And they too need humans. We, on the other hand, were created in the likeness and the image of our Almighty God. I don't know if you really believe in Almighty God, but I do. And the difference is we were made to connect to each other. And so OnPassive is bringing the world together with one common goal. That is to embrace humanity in a different format than it was before. We're going to help humanity. We are a company that is designed to help each other succeed. And when we succeed, we extend this to the rest of the community around us. Imagine if every one of us do that, how we would affect the world. So be patient, okay? Be patient. All you simply need to do now is focus on your business, because you have one. You have that one business that you don't have to worry about anymore, where it's going to succeed or fail because of your alignment, your attachment, your connection to your affiliation with OnPassive. You don't have to trust me. Well, you don't have to trust me, but you have to trust the system, because I believe in it. See, believe, that's another thing. You have to believe. And if you go around not having something that you believe in, you're really only existing. You're not living. So stop existing and live. Believe. Because right now, your life is about to change in so many ways that it's not even been exposed to. Why? You can't really handle it. You can't really handle it. Think about where we are right now. We are in a situation where we are on a launching pad. This pad is set for us to take off. But we can't just rocket to space without going to the checks and balances and to making sure that everything is done right. If you watch Kennedy Space Center in the last 2 weeks, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. Millions and millions of dollars, $93+ million spent to prepare for a rocket launch. And in hours before the rocket is to be launched, they're faced with challenges. So guess what they did? Rightfully so, they have to pull the plug. So you can imagine all those persons who bought tickets and who traveled and who made it their business, canceled arrangements to make it to that location to witness something special, now have to go back and start all over again. Well, we're not doing that at Impassive. We're not going to do that. We're going to make sure that once we launch this rocket and it takes off, it's not going to come back to us in 2 months and 2 weeks, or it's not going to explode in midair. Why? It's because we're going to make sure all of those testings and those checks and those balances are done and taken care of. So that when we launch to the world and we finally launch, there's no reverting. It's only scaling up from there. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to the day when we move from me working from paycheck to paycheck, or worrying about where I can take care of my kids or our future, and positioning myself where I can now rethink. How do I make the world a better place? Because my needs are met. My cup, it's filled and it's overflowing. And that overflow should be given to somebody else so that they too can be given an opportunity to get to either where you are or in a better place than where you are. That's how I feel about it. And that's how you should too. So if you are a founder and you are a founder for real, that means that you're spending time in your back office. It means that you're focusing on the things, the simple things that we have to do in the meantime for the next 73 days. Go into your back office and you beta test and you click around. I mean, seriously, all you have to do is go and click. And if something happens, you report it. If it doesn't, then you just move on to the next account if you have more than one account. Close the account, go back the next day or twice a day, and you do the same thing. I promise you, it's called digital footprinting. That's what you need to enhance your business. This is going to help you later once we launch to the world and traffic is being driven to your website. If you start putting in the work now, you can either pay now or pay later. You can either win now or win later. It's your choice. But my advice to you is to go the route now. Take care of what you can take care of now. Those simple things that are requested of us are enough to prepare us for what is done behind the scene, to complement what is done behind the scene. And a special thank you to every founder in India, all of the tech team that are in the Impassive organization and our headquarters in India. I want to say a special thank you for your countless hours and dedication and commitment to making this thing a reality to this point and beyond. I appreciate what you've done, because now that you've done what you did, I can say what I'm saying and expect or anticipate what's coming tomorrow. And so I appreciate that. To Mr. Ash Mufara and his family, thank you for being consistent. Thank you for taking this opportunity. Thank you for, and you really don't have to do this. You can sit back, relax, and enjoy your life the way it is, and it's all good. But I really want to say thank you for the inventions that are being created, for the innovation that's been brought to us, and for the revolution that's about to take place. I'm a part of it. I'm a founder. I'm excited about this opportunity. When the .com era kicked in, I wish I was old enough to be a part of the beginning of that. When crypto first came out and Bitcoin was introduced to the market, I wish I'd taken an opportunity and become a part of that early, and done mining as a founder. Here's my opportunity. This sounds like the third time, and it's a charm, right? So I'm embracing this third charm and stepping into an opportunity. Yes, I don't know the details. I don't need to know all the details. I trust the process. I believe that within the end, that Mr. Mufara and his team and all the leaders have all of our best interests at heart. And I stand firm on that. I'm committed to this. And I suggest that if you're not, find somebody of like mind. Don't sit around talking to people who are negative. Negativity plus negativity brings you anxiety and stress. Stress and anxiety will lead you to health issues, and the rest of it is downhill. So find somebody who is where you want to be in this organization and mimic them. Cling to them. Glean from them. Talk to them. Send them an email. Get their phone number, however you do it. But whatever you do, do not give up. Do not quit. Thank you for listening, and I hope to talk to you soon.